Hello, it is Thursday, July the 9th. I am here once again at Sumter Little Theater. Today we are going to talk a little bit about acting, which is chapter 14 in your text. For an actor, in approaching a character, we look at a character on four levels: the physical, the social, the psychological, and the ethical. In the same way that a playwright builds characters on those same four levels. Physical is simple, of course. That's the physical embodiment of the character: his sex, his race, his age, anything that defines him physically. Socially is his place in society. Where does he fall on the social ladder? What does he do for a living? Where does he live? What kind of car does he drive? How does he dress? That type of thing. Moral is his sense of right and wrong. What will he do ultimately to get what he wants? Will he break the law? Is he completely and totally honest? What's that background for him? Finally, the psychological. And as I said when we were talking about the way playwrights build characters, for actors, the psychological aspect of the character is the most interesting, because that's where we go to build our character, where we base our character. Also, the physical, of course, but when we're thinking about how actors work, we think about objectives, motivations, what the character wants ultimately. Now, what better way to talk about building a character than to talk to a young actor? Logan Martin is a former student of mine here at Sumter Little Theater, and now he is a rising freshman in the theater program, in the BFA program at Coastal Carolina University. He happens to be here 6 feet away from me right now, and I asked him if he would share a little bit of insight on character development, being an actor, maybe even why he wanted to become an actor, and what he sees for the future of actors after the pandemic, during the pandemic, and so on. So I'm going to do a quick slide out of frame, and he's coming in.
Hello. Hello, Mr. Boltman's class. This is really weird, but like you said, I've been a student of Eric since I was 8 or 10, something like that. It's been like 10 years now. And we come in here and talk about theater all the time, but as to what he was saying, I think a lot of the choices that you can make, some of the choices you can make are already made for you in the text. Especially your physicality is kind of chosen by the director. To an extent, obviously there are things you can do to change your physicality, but a portion of it is already cast when you're cast. The social aspect, a lot of that is already found in the text. There's not things you can make up. And like you said, the most fruitful aspect is the psychological, because that's where you can really take the reins off and do anything you want, and that's what makes yours different from anyone else's. Even though they're in the same social status, they're physically maybe the same, your psychological differences are what makes the character very different. I know I used this specific strategy when I was playing a character my senior year in high school who was a Italian immigrant living in the South. He would work with his hands. So I picked a stance that was powerful because he was a powerful character. My wardrobe was a little bit up to me. I was able to choose to kind of have input in my wardrobe. So again, a choice I was able to make. And psychologically, I made some very complex decisions that kind of not only helped me, but also helped the other actors on stage acting with me and giving them more room to react and interact with what I was doing. As far as why I wanted to be an actor, I started, I played a lot when I was little, and I had a very a large imagination. So my parents thought it would be best to sign up for theater classes with Eric Boltman at the Sumter Little Theater, and from there I did a play, and then I did another play, and I just enjoyed being on stage. And then, as okay, sorry, I'm getting the warning here. But as of where theater's at now, and where it's going to be after this, I'd like to see it on return to normalcy a little bit. Right now, it's a lot of stuff that's online. You see a lot of online play readings and plays being done virtually, which is great, and it's it's a nice sentiment. But I read an article recently that basically just puts online virtual theater as just memorializing what theater used to be. It's not theater anymore, in my opinion. It's kind of just something we have right now until we can revive this dead thing that's on the floor, because no one's able to actually do any live theater. So hopefully we return to form a little bit and have some live practice. But I think this is gonna bring in a lot more technological elements into theater and the main stage stuff. Like you're gonna see a lot more projections, I bet, more electronic technology based stuff. If it wasn't already heading that way, it's gonna head there after this whole thing. So yeah. Thank you, Mr. Bowman, for having me and letting me talk for a minute. And good luck. Break legs. Bye bye.
Oh, we're back. We have time. Hey, thank you, Logan, for that. I'll be back, guys.